Sponsored by Wondershare. What's up, guys? My name is Michael, and I've had the iPhone 12 Pro now for a while. I can't believe it's been 3 weeks actually, and I will be upgrading to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I will be returning this phone to Apple. So in this video, I just wanted to talk about the overall durability of this phone, because a few things have changed with this phone, and there are a few things about this phone that I really wish Apple would change from previous generations that they have kept the same. And there are also a few new materials on the screen. So in this video, I just want to talk about 3 weeks of durability of the iPhone 12 Pro using it without a case. Let's go ahead and get started, but first, a quick word from our sponsor, Wondershare. PDF Element Pro is the best and most powerful way to edit your PDF files on the go. Now, if you're a student like me, you know you have to deal with a lot, and I mean a lot of PDF files with every single one of your classes, especially being online now with all the online classes. You definitely need a good way to edit all your PDF files, and PDF Element Pro is my go-to. My favorite feature is the ability to quickly highlight something with just your thumb. This is really good for studying. On the quick annotate tool here, you can click and go into some text, and just hovering with your thumb, you can go over what is important to you once you enable the highlight tool right here, and then you can choose the text as easy as that. Very powerful, and the editor is very sleek, and the interface is very quick and responsive. Once installed on your phone, you can find a PDF file anywhere. Simply open up the share sheet, choose PDF Element Pro, and you can open it up inside the editor with one click. PDF Element Pro is available for free right now in the App Store, so go and check it out, and thanks to them for sponsoring this video. So I typically don't use a case on any of my iPhones. I actually gave away the cases that I bought from my iPhone 12 Pro, as it was the clear case and the silicone case. I am upgrading to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I'll be using this leather case as I like the feel of the materials. I didn't really like the silicone or the clear case. But even most of the time, I won't even have this leather case on my phone. I just want to rock it with the bare materials, and that's the way I like to feel my iPhone. The new design this year, it does introduce some more confidence when you're holding it, not just because of the squared off edges, you can get more of a grip, but because the stainless steel now has just more surface area on the edge of the phone. With previous iPhones, the glass would wrap around the phone, and if you drop the phone, even if it landed on its edge at an angle, because that glass wrapped around, it was more likely to make contact with the glass, which, as you know, is not as durable as stainless steel. So now with this more squared off flat edge design, Apple is saying we have 4 times better drop resistance on the screen, and that's because of the material they call ceramic shield. In fact, the material is not actually adding 4 times better drop performance like that suggests. If you read the fine print on their website, they say that that 4 times number does come partly from this new square edge design, which, like I just said, statistically is less likely to touch the glass when you drop it. So that is one design feature I like about the iPhone 12. It's just more of an industrial design, and honestly, this flat edge design just makes a lot more sense in terms of an engineering standpoint. I have dropped the phone once when I was not looking at it. It fell out of my pocket, so I wasn't able to see exactly how it fell, but it did end up face down on the hardwood floor. So luckily, the hardwood floor is more likely to get damaged than my phone, because if any part of the stainless steel hit the hardwood, obviously wood is a lot softer than stainless steel, so my phone would actually leave a dent in that. But if there was a little piece of micro sand or a tiny little rock on my hardwood floor from our shoes, for example, if my phone landed on that rock, if there was enough pressure, that rock could puncture through the screen, and it also could scratch the screen. So you still have to keep that in mind. I would still recommend using a screen protector, even though Apple says that the ceramic shield is a lot stronger. Those tests are conducted on flat concrete surfaces, and I do not believe they account for the various abnormalities that we have on the ground, like sand and pebbles and rocks. Apart from also collecting a lot of fingerprints, as you can see here on the side, I find that the mute switch now collects a lot more dust, and that's probably because of the square edge design. With the rounded edges of the previous iPhones, the dust, I guess, was able to more easily fall off onto the glass or come off the phone when you pull it out of your pocket. But I find this mute switch here is constantly collecting more dust than my previous iPhones, and that's just because of the square edge design. Now, when we get to the back of the phone, there really isn't anything that's changed, say, for example, from the iPhone 11 Pro. Of course, except for the new square edge design. The camera material is still made of the same sapphire and glass combination. Now, I don't believe Apple calls it sapphire anymore, as many people online were actually able to prove that it wasn't completely sapphire. It's just a very weak mixture of sapphire inside of glass. So it is strengthened a little bit with different materials mixed together, but it is not made of sapphire. So this camera lens area is going to scratch as easily as the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro. And also this back glass is an etched matte material, and Apple didn't say anything about strengthened glass on the back. Actually, my prediction was for the iPhone 12s or the iPhone 13 coming next year. One of the upgrades is Apple is probably going to add the ceramic shield technology from the screen onto the back of the phone. That's just an obvious upgrade that they could make year over year, and it would greatly improve durability on the back of the phone. Another common point of failure on iPhones recently that I kind of hinted at the start of this video is this earpiece speaker up here. So Apple hasn't changed from this metal mesh design, and whenever you put your iPhone in your pocket, this metal mesh right here that covers the earpiece speaker collects so much dust. And ever since my iPhone XS earpiece speaker just completely stopped working, or almost stopped working, from so much dust buildup in there, I've always had a toothbrush to make sure that this area is always clean. I really wish Apple could try to implement what Samsung has done and have a very small slit at the top of the phone, or maybe even what some other companies have done, and just have the speaker completely under the glass. So I really think that this is an old and outdated design, and I don't know why the earpiece has to be right in the middle of the notch. If Apple was able to move it, I think they could also make the notch a little bit smaller. So hopefully we can see that in next year's iPhone. So now we can talk about some of the accessories for the iPhone 12. So since we're talking about durability, we may as well talk about MagSafe. So I've been using this, like I said, for 3 weeks, and I've been using this to charge my iPhone over the last 3 weeks, and I haven't used any other cables. And I haven't noticed this scratching my iPhone at all. Now, it does make kind of an unsettling metal against glass noise when you put it on. You can hear there it kind of scratches against it. I would probably be more worried about this on the iPhone 12 and 12 mini. The etched glass on the back of the 12 Pro tends to hide scratches, and I do think that this glass material is a slightly harder material than this aluminum. I think Apple would make this aluminum a very soft aluminum, probably on purpose. That way, if it leaves any marks on your iPhone, you can simply just rub them out. Now, this is not the case on the leather case. So Apple actually has warned that if you have this leather case and you use MagSafe, that it can actually leave an imprint. So keep that in mind. If you spend, in Canada here, it's $80. So if you spend that much money on a leather case and you use one of the new features of the iPhone MagSafe, it's going to leave a big imprint over time on the leather case. So just keep that in mind. And I've also been using this leather wallet right here. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a review of this. But in terms of durability with this, the only issue I could see is if I put this wallet down on a countertop, for example, and it picks up some dirt or some sand as I pick it up, and then I put it right onto the back of my iPhone, and if it moves around in my pocket, that could rub some sand up against it. I wish this bottom magnet here, the alignment magnet, you can see there it kind of snaps into place. I wish that was stronger to prevent sliding around in my pocket, because if there's anything caught underneath this wallet, it's going to scratch up your iPhone. So keep that in mind. The iPhone accessories, MagSafe, and the wallet that all snap with magnets, they're really cool, but dirt and sand can get trapped in between the magnets and your phone. Because of the flat edge now, I can actually stand my phone up to take a photo. I did this, and I was actually more likely to scratch the bottom of my phone because I did it on a concrete pillar to take a photo. So the bottom of my phone is a little bit scratched up now because of this. And also I have a few scratches near the lightning port. It is a little bit easier to plug in the lightning port now when you're not looking because of the flat edge design. But if you miss the lightning port, that stainless steel is going to get scratched up really quickly. If this video helped you out, a like would greatly be appreciated. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my latest videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Michael. I'll see you in the next video.